called grand repose. This is the reproduction of that kind of technique over there. See? Now, this way, citizens. Now, do I have any future engineers here? Young people, anybody want to be an engineer? All right, don't like this. Always remember, don't be afraid of new ideas. The man who did this statue originally was this man over here, Ledoux. He wanted to fill up with sand. He died. His idea dies with him. In steps his student, his best student, Eiffel. Eiffel looked at Professor work and said, you know what? I have a better idea. Imagine telling your peers you know more than your professor. Eiffel said, the laws of physics tells us that energy can't be destroyed but only transferred. Nitrogen support gives statue flexibility. Give an example. When the wind hits the statue, hits the outside, energy is transferred from there to the armatures down in the bottom, giving flexibility. So by design, the statue can now move left to right 3 inches and the arm can move 5. You engineers have the same. If it don't move, it's going to break. So when the people of France heard this, they said, oh, that's ridiculous. So guess what? He put this statue up first in Paris, France, between 1881 and 1884. That's when she went up. When he got up in Paris, don't you know, the same people who said it would never work now said, man, this is your best idea ever. He said, you think so? 3 years later, he goes and builds the Eiffel Tower. That's his way of saying, how you like me now? Now, 1885, this statue was disassembled in Paris. Put in Tracy comes here. When it comes here, you know the sign? We don't have the pedestal yet. Shame, shame, shame. Right this way, please. We were like children in a candy store. I want this one here. We can't afford that one. So we said we compromised. We get this one over here, 25 feet small. Solid granite. Still couldn't get that one. But this is the one we settled on. This is what all those millions of pounds of concrete look with a granite without a makeup on. See that there? That's what the pedestal look like. And the concrete goes 15 feet in circles. Now you see the round circles here? Each one represents the State of the Union. There was only 40 at the time, so that's what you have over here. This is the settle, this one we could afford. Now, the pedestal project was the American project. Now, the person who made this possible is, anybody here knows what a Pulitzer Prize is? You probably win about 4 or 5 of them before your lifetime is over. Joseph Pulitzer, the newspaper owner, said, you got to get America's attention. He said, America, if you give money to the pedestal project, I'll print your name in the front page of my newspaper. Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame. But if you give 2 cents, I'm going to tell the world you gave 2 cents. So he raised $100,000 in less than 8 months, made the pedestal project a reality. But citizens of the world, what gave this lady her heart and soul will not be Joseph Pulitzer, will not be Lavoisier, Bartolomeo, Eiffel. It's going to be a woman. Her name is Emma Lazarus. I'll talk to you about her in a second. But remember, the statue first went up in Paris. They used scaffolding back then. See that? Very, very neat. We Americans, we cowboys. We just use ropes and pulleys. The good news is nobody died building the Statue of Liberty. The Brooklyn Bridge, 27 men fell to death, but there's no blood on the statue. Right this way. This is the Statue of Liberty going up by us Americans. Notice we're using ropes and pulleys. Very colorful group we are. You know, like this. Like I said, there is no blood on the statue. It came to us in one ship in crates, 310 pieces. And that would have been the greatest treasure on the planet ever had a thing. What it got here on time. So that's going up. But remember I told you it gave the Statue of Liberty heart and soul? Let's walk over here for a second. Now, citizens, this is the Emma Lazarus formula. Let me give you the history of that. The year now is 1881. The place is Tsarist Russia. A terrible thing has happened. A Russian Tsar has been assassinated. His son comes to power with a heavy heart. You know what the new Russian Tsar says? From now on in Russia, we tolerate one religion, the Russian Orthodox Church. I'm a Mennonite. They burn my churches down. I practice the Hebrew faith. They destroy my synagogues. But the most unquestionably, the horrible thing of all was the farmers. You know how these guys became Russian farmers? A long time before this, a general named Napoleon said, I'm going to conquer Russia. And Russian farmers formed the cavalry and destroyed his army. That was called Napoleon Bonaparte. A great Tsar gave these men that land. Now imagine having 4 generations your kin buried on that land. See, I come from farming background. Let me tell you firsthand. When I got 4 generations of my kin on this land, in my mind, it's not Russian, German, English, it is mine. But the Tsar of Russia says, "Yep, not anymore. It belongs to the state." He got a sense of humor. Take my good land from me. Give me some place called Siberia. You want to see a farmer cry, river tears? Give him dirt. He can't go nothing on. 2.5 million Russians sell everything. They say, "Dos Vidania," Russia. They head to Germany, come to America. But Emma Lazarus seized the moment and put that in a poem. Look at this over here. 2nd paragraph. Cries she with silent lips, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masters yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores. Send these, the homeless, the tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." She turned this monument, a gift from one nation to another, to a beacon of hope to anybody caught in the darkness of tyranny or the pain of poverty. And young faces, remember, poverty is a thief. You know why? It steals your dreams. A hungry man never thinks of becoming a doctor. When Ellis Island was open, who came to us? Not this time in the big numbers, the Germans and the Irish. This time they're coming from the east. We're getting people from Far Eastern Russia, 2.5 million. The country that gave us the most people, the place called Italy. You know why Italy? In the beginning of the 20th century, Italy gets hit with an earthquake and a tidal wave, and 100,000 people in the streets get destroyed. The government tells the people, you go to America, make that American dollar, come back home. You hear what they do? Make the American dollar and send it for the whole family. So the 12 million who came to Ellis Island, 2.5 million would come from Italy, and 4 million would come from, 2.5 million would come from Russia, and 4 million would come from Italy. And God bless the Italians. Anybody rode the subway in New York? If you have, that's part of their legacy. That's 730 miles of tunnel, that's 800 miles of track from 1900 to 1925. 7 out of 10 who put it together with Italian immigrants. That's 2 million men from Italy building a subway in New York because 2 million Americans said, I'm going to pass. But you know what they told America? I don't work for you, I work for family. America, mark my words, as I build your subways, as I pave your highways and build your skyscrapers, my children will design your cities. I give my dreams to my kids. Think of me as a mustard seed. I drop the ground as a baby. See me no more. But what comes after me will stand tall and proud. That will be my children. Now, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of the world, before I send you on your way, I remind you what an Englishman once said. Blessed are those who question and doubt, for these are seekers of the truth. So if you have any questions about the Statue of Liberty or Ellis Island, your tax dollars are not at work. Yes, sir.
Didn't